This nigga Hallie talking cash. No, y'all can run. Y'all can run right. On trios real quick. I couldn't find that. That gun's unlocked. I got figured out.
2K Sports broadcasting from Houston, Texas. As the Rockets take it to the hardwood. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. This game marks the end of a road trip for Chicago. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Off target from three-point range. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ballgame. Wembanyama. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Houston. To the paint. Outside for Murray. He takes it in. Down low. Houston needs to get a shot. Just 2 to shoot. Three-pointer, Butler. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Wembanyama left side. That one goes. Count it. Wembanyama's got his second basket.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Trent outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Pulls up on the elbow. He can't get that one to fall.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
It's stolen. Pajemski with it. And it's Trent picking him up. Pass to Pajemski. Kicks it out to Markkanen. To the middle. Here's Wembanyama. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. He hits the second from the line. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Back to Murray. The kick outside to Butler. 5 on the clock. 20 feet out. Another miss by Houston.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Now some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Now Hero. No one near Turner as he lets it go. A three-pointer is right on target.
I really like it when Turner squares up from outside because he's got a sweet stroke, and because of his size, hard for defenders to get to the shot, and it also stretches the floor, which is good for his team.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
And so it's Houston with it after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. The outside leaner. It's stolen by DeRozan. Wembanyama gets the bucket. And that's 12 points for Victor Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Now Hero. No scoring in this one. It's stolen by Wembanyama. And it's DeRozan missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Claxton. Houston moving the ball around. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Off the inbound. And the shot falls short this time. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Bagley with the bucket.
That's the kind of toughness Bagley needs to show on every possession. Shake off the contact and finish through it.
Now Hero. Hero on the wing. Drops one in from the wing.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Here goes. Pritchard. And that one drops for him.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen.
The away team, 16.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
Shots good by Hero. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Rockets trailed by 4. Pass to Strus. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
The ball goes to the away team.
Chicago leading by 4. Here's Edey. Hasn't made one yet. Misses from short range. Here's Hero. Sinks that one from the post.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Pass to Strus. Outside Hero. And he uses the glass on the layup. Heroes got 8 points.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Edey. Misses the layup. Outside Hero. And Nembhard has it in the corner. Inside. Pass to Strus. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Edey. Shoots it up. And he jams it with authority.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Now, Hero. He's got 8. Whitmore with it. And Whitmore throws it down.
The assist.
Oh, man. When Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Here's Hero. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that is a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game.
Ooh, I don't think he planned it too far in advance. That was one of those things, Greg, that just happened.
You don't mind a guy like him attempting something like that in a close ball game. That was a haymaker there.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bulls. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
You know, Drew Holiday has so many great attributes, but I think maybe perhaps the best one is his mindset. He's even-keeled, he competes at a high level, and he never backs away from a challenge.
Out to Turner, and stolen by Wembanyama. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Drew Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. Now, here is Holiday. Second shot opportunity. Pajemski on the wing. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Pajemski's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bulls. Giannis with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Right side out of the Kumbo. Here's Trent. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Shot clock at 3. Here's Trent. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Here's Holiday. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. And now an 8-point Chicago lead.
Well, I really like the way Holiday runs with a purpose in these situations. It's not enough just to run the floor. You've got to know exactly where you want to run.
There's the lob at the Kumbo. And stolen by Wembanyama. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside DeRozan. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. To the inside. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
A generational talent. For Wembanyama, the sky is the limit and the reality.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Out to Turner. Shot to stop the run. The Rockets again can't hit. And so it... Chicago with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action in just a minute. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game.
And what I love about Markkanen, he takes care of the basketball. And that's a result of being patient, playing smart, and just generally getting his points within the flow of the offense.
Holiday following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo from deep. Outside, Markkanen. And it's Pajemski in the corner. Pass to Wembanyama. Clock is at 3. DeRozan a screen. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. Rockets trailed by 10. Goes back up. Wembanyama deadly inside.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
To the paint. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Now, Markkanen, after Jimmy Butler missed from long range.
At 6'6", DeRozan can fly with the best of them.
Trent, right side. Here's Giannis. Using his size, Giannis.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Holiday. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Houston. A 12-point game. Good chance here for Turner. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
Boy, and Turner's really good at picking the defense apart, especially with the catch-and-shoot jumper.
Now the Rockets with it. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Taking 2 shots.
Good on the second free throw.
He is creeping up in those all-time conversations. Giannis has won regular season and Finals MVP plus Defensive Player of the Year. Quite the resume, and he is not done for a while, folks. At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
And he gets the bucket.
You know what? That's why you got to stay up on Butler. I mean, he's really good at stopping on a dime and pulling up for the shot.
Here's Wembanyama. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Hits it from 3-point range.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Here's Turner. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Here's Holiday. Rejected by Murray.
Murray is tireless on the defensive end. You don't want this guy guarding you because he's so pesky. What a rejection.
Giannis outside. Outside Turner. And yes, it's good. Turner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Confident in the paint, Turner knows he can cash in from this area.
Picked by Markkanen. Here's Holiday. Back to Markkanen. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
In for your Rockets.
Rockets trailed by 10. Now Murray. Nothing on the board. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. They've led by as many as 14 points. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And again, Chicago. No good.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
And both free throws good for Wembanyama.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Murray outside. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Claxton. Here's Covington. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Outside Holiday. Back to Wembanyama. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
I would not call Butler a laser, but he knows when he needs to keep the defense honest, and he'll take and make his share of those three-point shots.
Covington with the steal. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Covington's got it back down to single digits for the Rockets. Here's Wembanyama. Another shot. He would not be denied. Wembanyama.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
Here's Pritchard. He gets it up. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Bulls. Between his points in it. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Pritchard. Got a hand on it.
And watch how Hero uses a burst of speed to get ahead of the shot, managing to swat that one away.
And Chicago has possession. Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
And the game Bagley has reminds me a little bit of Chris Bosh, a sweet lefty who plays with force and passion.
It's Nembhard on the wing. Here's Claxton. Plays it up and banks it in. Nembhard's got his first basket of the night.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Outside Hero. Clock at 6. Puts one up from 19. Bagley with the rebound. The Bulls leading by 9. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And a wide open look for Whitmore. Drops in the tray.
And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer.
And here's the break. Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Assisted by
Yeah, and they are demoralized now, guys. A careless play to turn it over and then slow getting back on defense.
And stolen by Whitmore. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Edie. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 16. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points.
Way to get after it. And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Claxton. Looking to end the run. And the layup is up and in.
Oh, great job moving the rock by Hero. Not a ball stalker. Tyler is a team player. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. And the Bulls making a change here. Wembanyama with it. Releases. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Beyond his wingspan, Giannis's timing is what makes him a special shot blocker.
Wembanyama, that's for two. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
assist goes to
Wembanyama's got 24.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Murray penetrating. Good! Giannis from deep.
Really scary how good this guy's becoming. Antetokounmpo, when he's sinking the catch and shoot jump shot, it's game over, fellas.
And there's the sometimes to finish it off.
assisted by
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Either that, guys, or he wanted the photographers to get a good shot of him.
Offensive rebound.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Back to Wembanyama. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth. Pass to Podziemski. Just 4 to shoot. From 17 feet out, the Rockets pull it in. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him.
second personal
We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple of years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. Nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity. Always a plus. And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Chicago.
The key here, guys, was second chance points.
They pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Victor Wembanyama.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
Well, you see what you have here. I mean, the unselfishness of Butler, an often unsung trait of his.
awaiting foul. Peyton Pritchard. First personal foul.
Free throw good. Giannis.
At the line for your Rockets.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him with an attitude of joy and unselfishness.
And that one's good, Wembanyama.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Nice move, and it's good on the layup. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin.
Trying to get a beat for the low. I find it peak and I don't. In the kitchen, babe, leave me alone. Up a ting and I heat up the stove. They got their eggs all up in one basket. Told them be smart, we ain't equally yoked. They can't speak to the. Watch them go weaker, the knees are hello. They always want to catch up on reason, but the peace is the reason that I won't. How you get the least if you've been through the most? It beats me, I suppose. I said they were coming for us, but that ain't make me no difference. Said they got something for nuts, but that ain't your ego, is it? Yo, thought I was coming one up, but I got my people clicking. Yeah, I can see yo, so ego driven. But I'm just a real G, I suppose. Tell the man put it on me, I suppose.